Work Rebels. It is Ebony from 9 to 5 Work Rebels, and thank you for clicking on this video. You're clearly a work rebel like myself. Yes, welcome to the Rebel Squad. Yeah, 9 to 5 Work Rebel Squad. So I want to come in here and talk to you about becoming a consultant. Now, a consultant is one of the ways that I've managed to escape the 9 to 5, and it's a way that you can too. So what does a consultant do? So essentially, I'm paid to share my skills and my knowledge of working in PR and communications, marketing with clients. Okay, so essentially you would be doing the same thing. You wouldn't have to be obviously a PR consultant unless you work in PR, but you could be maybe in beauty, or you might be in fitness, or you might be an accountant working in a firm at the moment, and you're thinking about, you're not really happy and you want a way out, and so becoming a consultant is a great way to do that. Or maybe you're in a job and you're training on the side to be a business coach, then you go out and be a business coach who actually work and they consult, don't they? So it's a very similar situation. So the idea is that you take your skills that you currently have. So whether you work, like I say, in management, say for example, you work in management, you work in procurement, or you work in some sort of business service, skills are transferable and they can be applied in this way. So for myself, I worked in PR and marketing communications for all of my life, basically my working life. And I always planned to sort of do my own thing, and being a consultant allows me to do that. It means that I can work when I want to work, I can set my own fees, and I can work with clients that I want to work with, which is kind of great, right? Because, if you're at work, sometimes you just have to work with people because they're in your building. This is who you have to work with. Or maybe you've been given a client that you've got to take care of, and they might be against your, your ethics and your morals, or whatever the case may be. When you're a consultant, you can obviously choose who you want to work with. Obviously, it doesn't happen straight away. You have to work on it. So the first thing I say, if you want to become a consultant, is to make sure you have the appropriate skill set for where you want to operate in. So I work in PR, so I use my skills to provide PR consultancy. I've also done communications, like I said. But then if you work in, for example, you're a lawyer and you're not happy with what you're doing, you can go out and do legal consultancy. So, or for example, you work in HR, you're in a company, an organization, you work in HR, you maybe worked your way up the ranks and you're kind of fed up, or you're a bit at a crossroads. Why not consider consulting? There's lots of small businesses that actually need people with your skills. So for example, let's take HR for example, and let's take a fictional name of Jane. So Jane works in HR and she's not very happy in her position. She enjoys her work, but she's a bit unhappy because maybe she's got a family, or she wants to spend more time working on her hobbies, and maybe she just doesn't like the 9 to 5 life. It's quite restrictive. Obviously you have to be at your desk, you have to be there. So maybe she's looking for a way out, and a great way out for her would be to become a consultant. Like I said, there's many businesses, there's thousands of businesses that are out here looking for help, okay? And there's lots of small businesses that are just starting up. They don't understand HR processes, they don't understand professional development, and so they may need some help in that way. And so they will have a budget where they will accumulate a budget, and will say, okay, this will go towards maybe outsourcing some HR skills. And that's where, as a consultant, you would come in handy, and it works all across the board, to be fair. This is why so many people are actually turning to freelancers, because you can work from where you want to. So I can work from here, I can work from abroad, and I've got lots of colleagues and associates that I know who work in my sector in particular, and they live in France for half the year and they come back here, and others that just live abroad and come back for meetings. I mean, a lot of my clients I work with, I've not actually met face to face. We Skype and we Zoom and we have, telephone conference calls. So you don't have to be stuck behind a desk, okay? And you can work in a way that suits your lifestyle. And that's what I enjoy about doing, being a consultant, is that you can kind of create it around your life. And that's why I chose to do this, because I'm a mother. I'm also somebody who enjoys doing different things. And since becoming a consultant, I've worked in radio, I've been a contributing writer for a 5-time award-winning magazine. I've done lots of different things with my time. I'm now looking at different business ventures, and being a consultant has allowed me to do that because I can then focus my time. Now, you do have the other side, which is those who do it and maybe don't know how to say no. It's about managing that, because you're going to take on enough clients that you can obviously have a living, but you don't want to feel like you're back in the office again. So I know, I have got a colleague that I worked with before, and she found it overwhelming because she wasn't able to say no. So, when you're a yes person, you end up with maybe a pile high of things to do because you said yes. And I can't lie, sometimes I can be like that. I think, oh yes, I'll do it. And then, you think back and you think, oh, maybe that's not right. But I'm better with that. And that's just a learning process that we all have to go through. But understand and believe that you can too consult, as long as you've got skills and knowledge in a particular area that you're passionate about. Obviously, you need to have some passion about it because you're going to want to work for yourself doing it. And being a consultant, essentially, you're your own boss. You're going to have to file your taxes. You're going to have to register as self-employed, and there's things that you're going to have to do. But it's not difficult. It's quite straightforward. I think the thing that usually holds people back is the kind of reluctance to move forward. It's usually fear. Okay. And we know fear is a big deal and can stop us from going for our dreams. So in this sense, there's lots of information out there about dealing with fear. And I say, fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's just our mind telling us things, and trash talking essentially. So, this is where it's a case of, if you definitely decide and you want out, this is a route out. It's a route that you can do really well on. You can charge well, you can earn well in doing consultancy. I've managed to work less, but earn more, which is the ideal for me. And then, like I said, it's also given me a chance to do other areas of work. So it's been brilliant for myself. So it's just why I'm so keen to share with others as well.